So you're expecting?
Yes, a little girl in May, and we're going to name her Paris Michael Catherine. I wanted to name her Michael after Michael, but Michael said no. So we decided Paris because that's where she was conceived.
Yeah.
Michael because I really want Michael's name in her name, and Catherine after his mom.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
So then there'll be 4 of you.
4 of us.
Now, do you expect that he's going to be just as attentive with a little daughter? I mean, given the concerns of, you know, his time and concerts and tours?
More so. He'll be very pretty. He'll be his little girl. He'll be his little girl.
Give me an idea, if you can, when Michael is home, can you give me an idea what his day is like? I mean, as far as with his son and, you know.
Well, whenever the baby's awake, he is with the baby the whole time. If the baby's napping, that's when he steals away to work, to write music, to dance. Unless he has a contract or something he has to fulfill and something that has to be done if he's working on a project, then he might take a little bit of time away from the baby, but his attention is 100% on his son. As it should be.
Yeah.
You know.
And then when he goes on tour?
The baby's with him. Since the baby was born, there's only been one time that the baby wasn't with him, and this was last week. Michael had a grueling schedule overseas, and it was 5 meetings in 7 days, and we decided that it would be too traumatic for the baby. Yeah. And they wouldn't have any quality time, so it might be better, you know, for the baby to stay here. Long week for him. Long week.
Do you think you'll be spending more time with Michael in the future, or
I have spent a lot more time. I'm not working right now. Work got to be real stressful with people coming in, having read the tabloids, and assuming they were true. And
what kind of things would people say to you?
Are you okay? And I'm thinking, gosh, do I look sick? Yeah, I'm fine. No, well, you're here. Well, of course I'm here. Where would I be? Well, they said you quit. But no, I didn't quit. I went down from full-time to 3 days a week because driving from here was crazy to drive down to Beverly Hills every day. So I would stay in Moore Park 2 nights with my friends Jack and Penny and drive to Beverly Hills, work 3 days, and come back here. And even then, it was going to be really stressful. And so Dr. Klein said, you know, maybe you need to take some time off, you know, and rest and be with the family, because Michael was here again, you know, which made it a lot more stressful. And I think flying back and forth all summer got me more tired than I realized.
Yeah. I guess what, too, a lot of people don't understand, too, is that going out on concert tour, I mean, that's not really a fun place to be. It might be fun for a couple of days, but to live a life out on the road, for you, wouldn't be. No,
I don't dig it at all. Yeah. It's out of a suitcase. You can't go anywhere. It's confining. And he works so hard that he has to be very focused. I mean, if you've ever seen any of his shows, he's on for 2.5 hours, and it's 2.5 hours of solid Michael. I mean, I sit on stage, and I watch him, and I go, oh my God, I know him. I know him. That's not my Michael. That's Michael Jackson. And when he's done, he's got this adrenaline rush, and he's always going. And it's exhausting to watch after a while. I need to come home and rest.
One of the things about the way he is with your son, when we first came out the door, he said, well, wait a minute, I want to go back up and get some toys for him, for Prince. So he goes back up and he brings down this giant lollipop or whatever it was.
Like father, like son. Definitely has daddy's sweet tooth. Definitely.
And I suspect it'd be the same way with a daughter?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's picking out clothes already to dress her up. You know?
Yeah.
He loves kids.
What, Debbie, if you have a chance, and you have a chance now, and you may not want to take the opportunity, but if you want to, you can turn to Debbie. If you'd like to say something to all the vicious people that have written vicious articles, the tabloid media, what would it be?
Probably that if there's anything that's significant that happens in our lives, we're really a regular couple, regular parents. If there's anything that needs to be said, I've told you this before, that I will always come to you. I'm going to call you after I call the doctor. I'm in labor, here I come. You know, that unless you hear it from my mouth or from my husband's mouth, question it. Question it, because they can take one little truth and manipulate it and change it, and I don't care what the Inquirer says. They're not truthful. They don't go for the facts. They go for the sensationalism. They go for the story. They don't care who they hurt. It's very hurtful, even if it's a lie.
life.
I didn't think it was going to be this brutal.
Debbie Rowe talking about... Then there are the stories about Michael having an affair with his ex-wife, Lisa Marie Presley. Like the weekend, they appeared together in South Africa.
And then I also heard that same weekend that Michael had married Lisa in Johannesburg. So I waited for him to call me that night, and I said, oh, congratulations. And he said, for what? I said, you and Lisa got married. I said, it's wonderful. I said, wait a minute. I said, that means you have 2 wives.
How does the Lisa thing get so out of hand?
I'm not sure if it's, they want to think that Michael's out having an affair, that he's not capable of having a friendship, you know, that maybe with most people that you can't have a friendship or relationship with an ex-wife or a friend of the opposite sex because all of a sudden you're sleeping together.
You never worry about things like fidelity,
no,
cheating on you, anything like that?
No. No, we have great communication. It's totally by my approval. They have a relationship. And what people don't understand is that his relationship with her is separate from his relationship with me. They're friends. They're very good friends. And I would never tell him, oh, you can't see your friends. He would never tell me I can't see my friends. I am so glad that they have a relationship together. Mm-hmm. I'm glad to see them together. They have a lot in common. Now, there's nothing that Michael could do that would humiliate me. Mm-hmm. Nothing. My friendship with him is the most important thing to me. And if this marriage gets in the way of that friendship, then we'll put the marriage aside, but I want to go on as friends. That's more important to me than anything else, especially with having kids.
Chuck Henry for NBC News.
Goes back up and he brings down this giant lollipop or whatever it was.
Like father, like son. Yeah. Definitely has daddy's sweet tooth.
So little Prince is going to have a sister?
Yeah.
How about after that?
Let's see. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'm getting old. I hope so. I hope we have a lot of kids together. He's such a great dad.